There are countless ways you can bulletproof your knees, from sled pulls, farmer's carries, bodyweight exercises, yoga, strength training, plyometrics, the list goes on. What I have learned as a running coach, working with both elite runners, beginners, and going through many injuries myself, is that your knee behaves a little bit like an ecosystem in the wild. Now, what do I mean by that? An ecosystem that only has one type of plant will be extremely vulnerable to changes in the environment. There won't be many animals or plants living there. The nutrients will get sucked out of the soil, making the ecosystem weak, requiring tons of fertilizer and chemicals to grow food. Now, that's obviously not what we want. So now let's look at a healthy ecosystem, for example, a primal forest. There's many different animals and plants living there, from predators, insects, tall trees, bushes, and grubs. There will be streams running through with parts of shade and clearings that let the sun rays down. So all this diversity in the ecosystem means that it's going to be much more resilient to external factors like heat waves or droughts. And the same is true with our body. See, we are part of nature and we behave in the same way. So if we train our knee always in the same way, doing the same movements, the same patterns, the same stress, then we won't build resilience in our bodies, in our joints. To make our knees bulletproof, we need to train them in different positions that create adaptations and do different exercises like running, cycling, powerlifting, sled pulls, yoga, unilateral positions, chair holds. All of these things together will build the resilience in our knees. Just like all the different factors, the flora and fauna in the forest, make up the whole resilience of the ecosystem. All right, but this is just one YouTube video. And so what we're focusing on today is exercises that you don't need any equipment for. Anything that you can do at home, no equipment needed, 5 best exercises. Let's get into it.
Let's start with an exercise that incorporates everything we've talked about in the intro and is a fantastic way to build resilience in your knees: clock lunges. First level would be standard lunges, 10 on each side for 5 sets, but these will get quite boring and easy. Second level are standard explosive lunges. So instead of just going up and down slowly, you shoot up with your front leg, try to find balance on your stable leg, and control the descent back down. This landing and stabilizing motion translates extremely well into running, because it mimics each landing stride. Level 3 are clock lunges. Same thing as level 2, but now we will put our knee in 3 different positions for each rep. Directly in front of you, at a 45-degree angle, and at a 90-degree angle. You can see already that both your knees find themselves in positions that they're not necessarily used to be in. But if you look at any sport, those positions are actually extremely common. So this is a great exercise to bulletproof the knees. On to the second, jump squats. Now these are more of a plyometric exercise and will develop the fast muscle fibers surrounding the knee, so they will make you faster. Now remember, the knee is actually physically tied to your hips and ankles through muscle fibers, tendons, cartilage, and tissues. So if you're asking yourself if that really strengthens the knee, it does. Level 1 would be squat jumps onto a box. I consider this to be a no equipment exercise because I've done this countless times with a bench outside. Level 2 would be regular jump squats. Try to fully extend your body in the air and land in the exact same position. 10 of these for 5 reps are plenty. Level 3 are explosive lunge jumps. It's the same principle, but it's much harder because you're primarily pushing off with your front leg, and it's more difficult to find the balance. The more stability you can find when you land, the more bulletproof your knee will be. On to the next exercise, classic leg bridges. For any healthy knee strengthening routine, you need to work on the posterior chain, which are all the muscles that are on your backside. These are the muscles primarily used when you push off the ground, and the glutes are extremely important stabilizers when it comes to running. Level 1 are regular leg bridges. With 2 legs on the ground, try to hold at least 3 seconds at the top. Level 2 are single leg bridges. Elevate your passive leg and hold 3 seconds at the top for 10 reps on each leg for 3 to 5 sets. And level 3 are elevated single leg bridges. Same thing, just with a wider range of motion. I consider this to be a no equipment exercise as well because I've done this countless times resting my foot on my bed or couch. The fourth exercise are clock squats, which will work on your knee stability and quad strength. Trust me, they are challenging and will burn your quads off if you do them slowly enough. Start by balancing on one leg and keep your hips square. Now, as the name suggests, you will start by tapping your front foot as far in front as possible without losing balance. Once you're back up, you're going to do the same thing at a 45-degree angle, then 90, then 120, 180, and lastly on the opposite side, which is of course the hardest one. My recommendation here would be to do 4 full clocks for 5 sets on each leg. Last exercise are hill sprints. I personally like these more than regular interval sessions for 2 reasons. 1, they require more power, and if you run on trails, they will translate better to the sport than on a flat road. 2, because you run up, they put less stress on your shins when you land, so you will need less time to recover from these. The main reason I love hill sprints is because it only takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get a really strong workout in. If I'm having a very busy day, no time, but still lots of energy to spare, I will bust out 10 intervals on the hills and I will feel great afterwards.
Alright guys, I hope you found these 5 exercises helpful. Please let me know in the comments what kind of other exercise you would like to see. Is it more like band exercises, resistance band exercises, sled pulls, farmer's carries, this kind of stuff, or exercises that you can do at your local gym? Let me know. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay wild and peace.